and they feel far more real than any of this that we've been taught. But god damn it, guys, ancient Lemuria is real, and the civilization didn't have the kind of technology that we use today, but was absolutely far, far, far more advanced in ways that we can't even scratch the surface of in today's day and age. We can't even put our fingers on it. And I can't find the words for it. But we were far more tuned into the metaphysical. We were far more tuned into the energy that exists, and we were literally able to walk through portals. And I don't exactly know what we were infusing into our Lemurian quartz, but guess what? We didn't call it Lemurian quartz. It was just the best crystal that we had access to that was able to expand and direct this energy in a way that worked for our purposes. One day I was sitting out in the sun and I was reflecting the light off of it into my eyes, and I turned it like a key. And immediately, out of nowhere, it was absolutely insane, I remembered past lives in Lemuria, where I was a crystal priest, and I had this epic freaking crystal chair that I would sit in. And I remember doing all these crazy things with like quantum research, but we weren't calling it that. That's just what its reference is now, like how we would talk about in today's society. But we were like literally infusing our quartz crystals with different minerals because we could literally open up these crazy ass warp fields and dimensional portals and stuff. And so anyways, I'm not gonna talk too much about that. If you want to hear more about ancient Lemuria and when I actually first had this realization, the video has some pretty killer energy in it. I'll tag it below. It's called something like Lemurian Secrets, Ancient Secrets Exposed, okay? That's what it's gonna say below. It's like a year ago I made that, so I don't exactly remember the name. But this absolutely blew my mind, and I continued to all of a sudden realize ridiculous amounts of information about time traveling, and I realized that I am a time traveler, and I tuned into this part of myself that I had never really tangibly swam in before, and suddenly everything became very smooth and clear, and I became extremely fluid in time. And I think this is hilarious because when I was a kid, I used to tell my mom and my grandparents and my cousins that I was a time traveler and I wasn't from here. And I actually carried around a stopwatch in my pocket that ran backwards. And I read all these books about time travel, and I was absolutely convinced. And earlier on in my life, when I was in high school, I dabbled in psychedelics for the first time. That was around the time I did it. And I had some crazy experiences with LSD where I remembered traveling through time, and I went through these dimensional warp fields again. And so this is something that has followed me in my life. And I wonder, for all of my ancient Lemuria friends here, are you guys tapped into this experience too? Have you felt like your whole life you were a time traveler? Now, I don't think that you have to have had a past life in ancient Lemuria to be a time traveler. My personal position on it is that we are all multidimensional beings traveling through time, and currently this one frame of reality that we're tuned into is quite literally just this perspective of time, and it keeps us rooted and grounded in this human experience, which is a pretty cool one. I know it can be annoying and can feel a little bit like a trap, but you know, it's a cool gift. So I would love to hear from you guys if you felt this, tapped into this energy with the Lemurian quartz and stuff, because it is absolutely mind-blowing to me and it's so slick. And I also have a video tagged below all about how to time travel with Lemurian quartz. So that's tagged below. I'll just let you guys know right now, I've got a bunch of really cool Lemurian quartz videos tagged below. It really is one that speaks to me pretty profoundly. So, the conversation in this video is why Lemurian quartz is the most powerful crystal for channeling your higher self. Now, I'm going to share all kinds of cool things about this that lend itself to fitting into this and reflect it as being pretty powerful evidence that can help us with this. But the truth is that how does it do it? I really don't know. I could have all kinds of different opinions on it. I have one theory that, for example, there's so much quartz in the Earth's crust, and I feel like quartz crystal in general has this profound amplification property to it that actually has a lot to do with the way that we perceive reality and the way that we're able to manifest in it, right? Now think about manifestation and this split metaphysical mirror slash physical reflection. You know, are you seeing the future sometimes? If you have some kind of premonition and then you experience it, is that you seeing the future, or is it you creating your future? You know, there's all these different dimensions of looking at it, and the truth is, I don't really know. But these are cool questions that I feel within myself, and I have these amazing moments, especially in nature sometimes, where I feel completely unbounded. You know, I feel completely free from time itself and ultimately without limits. And then all of a sudden I return back into my human, you know, attachment form, and I'm like, whoa, I barely even remember what I just experienced. It's like I can't retain it, you know? But what I find with the Lemurian Quartz is that for whatever reason, it consistently helps me to tune in to that space. So this is what we're talking about. There's this space that we enter sometimes in meditation or at these profound moments where the universe, it just speaks to you for some reason. Sometimes, if you guys have ever dabbled in psychedelics, we enter this space of this profound having had let go, and you're almost like swimming in eternity. Now we can have all kinds of information integrated into us in these moments and experience a lot of vibrational healing that lasts in our physical body. But intellectually, when we snap out of those experiences, we don't retain the information for some reason. It's not able to be remembered. You're not able to hold it for some reason. You can't walk around and say what you just experienced. You know something profound just happened, but where the hell did it go? Well, this is my position. Where did it go? It hasn't gone anywhere. It's outside of time. But as you and I are positioned within time, we can't quite pull it through. And yet with Lemurian Quartz, we can. So here's the interesting thing with Lemurian Quartz. It turns you into a straight receiver of fifth dimensional reality. Now, fifth dimensional reality is the first dimension where we really step outside of time and we start dabbling in this ultimate eternal space of nothingness, and it's empty and it's hollow. And the more I tune into it on my spiritual journey, honestly, the more alone I feel and the more empty I feel. But it's weird because at the same time, the more empty I become, within that emptiness is a profound fullness. But I'm gonna try to stop being so fortune cookie, okay? I'm gonna just drop that out of the video, and I'm gonna try to aim this at in a practical way that we can all apply, okay? Sometimes I get carried away, guys. My apologies. Maybe you're like, you don't gotta apologize, Nathan. I love this about your videos. Well, thank you. It's what I love about my videos too, and it's why this is my favorite thing to do. I just love it. So the Lemurian Quartz literally helps us to tune straight into receiving information from that dimension. But here's the thing. You don't receive it intellectually. You receive it more so in a position of your heart, an internal knowing, a feeling. It just is. I just am, right? And so what it feels like to me is, for example, I use it to channel information into my videos. So I hold it while I'm making videos, and I'm able to channel from my fifth dimensional, quote unquote, self. Is there a self in the fifth dimension? Oh. Who the hell knows, bro? I don't know. But, you know, it's pretty epic. Because here's what it's like. I don't know what I'm saying to you guys. I literally don't know the words that are coming out of my mouth. I don't even hear them. They have nothing to do with me, and yet they just come through. And by the end of the videos, I have the same exact feeling that I have after having had a profound meditation or a profound trip. Something intense just happened, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Luckily, I have the luxury of having been holding a camera in my hand and can play back and watch it, and usually the things that I'm saying, while you guys might be entertained and sure love them, clearly most of the things I say are meant for me, my person, and my fifth dimensional self is channeling to this Nathaniel version of me. And it's like, I'm shaking you, dude. These videos are for you. Watch your own videos, come on. I don't have time to watch my own videos, all right? I'm busy making them. But you guys get the gist. This Diamantina Lemurian Quartz, oh my God, I mean, it smacks energy in such a smooth way that smack is clearly not the right word. It's absolutely smooth. It's absolutely smooth. And I've talked a lot about in past videos about how Lemurian Quartz is so amazing and is the best crystal for tuning into confidence within yourself. Video tag below. But here's the thing. Confidence comes from a position of this identity and this attachment in what we might call the ego, part of our ego self, right? Confidence. What are you confident about? I'm confident in this because I have past experiences that I know I'm going to be good at it. I'm confident that this girl is going to say yes when I ask her for her number because I've had this past experience that people think I'm hot, right? I'm confident in this because I'm better at it than this guy over here. You see what I'm saying? Confidence comes from this kind of place. Lemurian Quartz doesn't tune us into confidence. Confidence is holding us back. It tunes us into this space that exists in everything and all around us. And goddamn, I wish I could explain it, but I can't. Now, there's all kinds of stories. The story of Lemurian Quartz is that the Lemurians encoded information from their civilization into these crystals to basically record past information that they knew was going to be lost, and then it would, we could pick it up later on in life. Now, this is specific theories and stories, and I can't validate any of those things. And I know that a lot of people here, I really appreciate you guys, listen to the things I say and take them very seriously. But the truth is that I don't know these things for sure. What I do know is a feeling within me. And the stories that come out of my mouth are simply symbols and representations of what that energy in the metaphysical realm manifests as in the verbal metaphysical. But I don't know if it's true, and I just want to tell you guys that, but like I do. It's weird. I just want to let everybody know, these could just be fantasy stories, but for some reason I tap into them and they feel far more real than any of this that we've been taught. But god damn it, guys, ancient Lemuria is real, and the civilization didn't have the kind of technology that we use today, but was absolutely far, far, far more advanced in ways that we can't even scratch the surface of in today's day and age. We can't even put our fingers on it. And I can't find the words for it. But we were far more tuned into the metaphysical. We were far more tuned into the energy that exists, and we were literally able to walk through portals. And I don't exactly know what we were infusing into our Lemurian quartz, but guess what? We didn't call it Lemurian quartz. It was just the best crystal that we had access to that was able to expand and direct this energy in a way that worked for our purposes. It's us today that call it Lemurian Quartz. But back then, I personally, I don't think and I don't feel in my knowing that we were recording information specifically for you today to tune into. We were just using the crystals in ways to perform intention and perform magic, and we did pass lots of information and energy through these things, and we used them as portals to travel through time and to warp through things that you could only really see in an ayahuasca or DMT trip. And we literally were able to do that at specific times, right? At specific times, the energy in different places on the earth, like astrological events, lunar eclipses, things like this. There was specific times when we were able to do this, and we were able to use these tools to expand magnetic fields and literally create like wormholes in the quantum field. And it was incredible. And today, I'm able to pick up this crystal and remember these things and channel information from this space that I didn't know what to title it other than channeling the higher self, because honestly, like you guys could imagine, I'm a YouTuber, I have to figure out what to title a video to make it interesting. But I don't think it's the higher self. It's this space where everything is connected and we're all one, but not really. we don't exist. It's like this empty nothingness, and in this empty space, everything can blossom instantly and infinitely and ripple into its own individual universe. And everything is within itself, and it tunnels and it portals, and it's like a fractal. You know, fractals zoom, you keep zooming in, it looks like it goes on forever. It's the same mathematical equation repeated over and over and over again, right? We live in a holographic universe, for example. And here's the thing. I'm remembering and tuning into all this information from holding this, but I'm pretty sure it's not because I encoded secrets and information into it. It's because this has been used in certain ways that has energy, that energy still exists. The mathematical equation has been repeated over and over and over again, holographically. And I'm able to grab it and literally, with consciousness, expand down this tunnel that I cannot explain to you guys, expand this tunnel all the way to the OG equation. But I don't know if it's the OG equation, it seems like it. Oh man, it's freaking epic, guys. Now, something really cool to mention about the Diamantina Lemurian Quartz is that there's all kinds of other variations, okay? There's angel chime. Now, what I can say about angel chime is that their vibration resonates at a much higher frequency. So what I find with those is that the energy is a lot higher vibe. But when it comes to the channeling, you don't need to have an angel chime, and you also don't need to have a record keeper to channel this information and to tune into this holographic aspect of our universe and to zoom out in the way that I'm talking about. Now, you guys might be asking, what's the record keepers? Well, I have a video where I was talking about record keepers. I'll tag that below too. Essentially, what it physically looks like is like little tiny triangle imprints on the face of the crystal. It has to be on the face. Now, what I see a lot of other YouTubers and other people saying is that that's where the Lemurians programmed information into, and if you rub the triangle or stare at it, you can integrate secret messages from ancient Lemuria. That might be the way that the story plays out for a lot of people, and it might be the way it plays out for you. For me, the way it resonates is that those triangles, that's from when we were literally taking our machinery and our intentional devices and things like this that literally I can't explain because the technology didn't look and it wasn't used in the way that we use it today. It's not like we had like a telephone screen, like with this digital thing. Like, it was different. We were tuned way more into the metaphysical, and so you could literally see energy more. For example, if you've been waking up and you see light orbs or sparkles or, you know, certain things like this, and you can see with your intuition, it was like this times a million. Life wasn't just like this. There was more layers that we were able to experience and move through dimensionally. So we had metaphysical tools that you and I wouldn't even see right now and would probably fall through our hand, but we could use those. And so we would take these and we would tap it into the crystal, and it would help us to tune into that energy. So what you're looking at with record keepers, you know, according to me and the story that I'm channeling right now out of my butt, for all you know, who knows? Don't listen to me. This was just another energy that we were moving through the crystals, and these are the ones that we were using to create literal portals. Okay, literal portals to step through dimensions, but again, it has to be at specific times. So what I find with the record keepers is I experience way more downloads of information that do come as intellectualizations and realizations and certain knowings. I don't know why that is. It might be a whole lot of reasons that I'm not going to get into in this video, but those record keepers, these are crystals that have really had different kinds of energy move through them at specific times for specific things that I honestly can't really quite put my finger on what it was, and I have a very limited understanding of it in this way. But they're extremely cool, and they're very rare and special, and I prefer record keeper angel chimes. But for the purpose of what we're talking about in this video, you absolutely don't need these. And any piece of Diamantina Lemurian Quartz will tune you into this. Now, just so you know, what most Diamantina Lemurian Quartz is called in crystal stores is laser wands, Diamantina Brazil quartz, things like this. This is what you want, okay? this is what you're gonna feel the maneuvering energy go through. There's other kinds of things that are called Lemurian Quartz, Colombian, right, all these different things. But what I'm talking about in this video is diamantine Lemurian Quartz, and that's what I have to say about that. I'm gonna show you guys this one more time. Check that out. Mount Rainier. Oh yeah, baby. So what I love most about the diamantine Lemurian Quartz, I'm just gonna be totally honest about it, is the way that it feels. I'm unlimited, I'm completely free, I'm unbounded, I'm timeless. And the thing is I have other extremely, extremely powerful crystals like phenakite and Moldavite and all these things that tap me into really high, like the highest perspectives and the highest level of what we call like soul star chakra and stuff like this. But this is something different. It tunes you into the nothingness space, which a lot of people might call super consciousness, which a lot of people might call Akashic records. But these are all just words, and attaching to those words will literally prevent us from integrating into those spaces, because they just are. It's a storyless existence. And that's what freedom feels like to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for liking this video. Thank you for subscribing below for more crystal videos. And thanks for letting me know what you think about this conversation below. Love talking to you guys. Love sharing space with you. And I'll see you for the next video very soon. Much love.